Hey guys, welcome back to another crypto video, and today we're going to be talking about Ripple and XRP, but also a little bit about Bitcoin. So first of all, I had to mention that the whole crypto market is appreciating in value, making a little bit of a bullish turn, and I'm loving it. So we're going to be watching this for the rest of the day as there are some key and very good opportunities for some trading here, but today is not too much about trading, but we're going to be answering a question because there are so many things that could be pumping XRP over time. We know that. I'm going to show you guys a few of the main reasons I think this coin is going to do good, but also one specific article that mentions something that could pump the XRP price. And let's talk about all of that. Got a ton of things open, got a ton of stuff. But just before we get into it here, make sure you understand that this is by no means financial advice. This is just purely my opinion, just reading some articles, just giving you guys my opinion, and this is just for entertainment purposes only. By no means financial advice, not affiliated with Ripple or XRP or anything like that. Alright, so first off here, XP Army waiting for the price of XP to hit bottom to buy and hodl ahead of the next bull run. Whole article, really useless, but the general idea here with the title is magnificent. Reason for that being is that I've actually spoken to quite a lot of people that are waiting for the big XRP drop to occur. I've been reading in the comment section tons of times that people are saying, if you would have invested into Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, EOS, whatever cryptocurrency half a year ago, you would be in plus 50% right now. The only coin that does not have this is XRP. Even though you might be on a good line right there, right? XRP is not appreciated that much in value. You should also note that XRP is one of the only coins that actually has a great community. Think of all these coins here. There's none of them which has a great community like XRP. And with that also comes the real strong core community of the people that really want to buy at every lower point. Like, me personally a little bit. I really like when the prices go down because then I can buy more. Better opportunities for me to make more money in the long run since I am still very much a believer in the project. Ripple-backed startup unveils plans to bring XRP to mainstream. We've already been seeing tons of efforts from XRP, or I guess from Spring, which is from Ripple, I would say, and then with XRP. I don't know how to best explain it in English. You most likely already know if you're watching this video. But that, for me personally, is one of the best use cases for XRP, or at least another very great method to get those use cases going, because Spring spreading XRP is going like wildfire. They're investing in so many useful things, and with the longer term here, this could be very beneficial to the XRP ecosystem. So there have been a few plans here in the last couple of weeks, like we've really been seeing with XRPL Labs, that actually holds the XRP tip bot, but now they got their app, which was also set at the bottom here, in the iOS and Google Play stores. And with that, you can now, with any store you want, you can actually just pay with XRP, which is again really quite amazing how a community can get this done. Now, XRPL Labs is backed by Spring, which is then again backed by Ripple, so you can kind of see it's going around in a little bit of a circle, but that is all good because, that's what we really want, right? For them to get things done. And if they do it this way, then it's just really amazing. But again, we can clearly see how this is a good use case for XRP and why these things could be pumping up the XRP price in the long run. On its own, though, depends a little bit. It definitely creates value to XRP. It adds value because people really have demand and supply for it as you exchange tips and money. And really, if you go on Twitter right now, type in XRP, you'll see tons of tips fly by. So that's really quite a thing. But also added to that is that they're right now working to get a banking license. Things like that could really propel for XP community members in terms of faith. Not necessarily for the general public. I don't really know if that will increase the price. Another thing which we discussed already, but which I just had to mention again to put some emphasis on my claim of Spring being amazing, is Ripple Spring Zcash and Zcash invest into new crypto privacy startup. So yeah, that's basically what it is. Ripple's Spring and the creators of Zcash have been connected to a joint investment into a cryptocurrency startup looking to take privacy coins mainstream. We already discussed discussed everything of this, but you can see here how Spring is really trying to get into different areas. Not only XRP community members is who they're helping a lot of SMEs, small to medium enterprises, getting things done with help, or at least at one point help for the XRP ecosystem. Ripple Spring invests in a startup working on creating payment networks such as Visa. Bolt Labs. We already covered it here. We might have just covered it now before. I don't even remember, guys. This is the Zcash one here. We've been covering so many things that Spring is doing. It's just completely insane. Among the crowd of investors into the startup are Ripple's fundraising division, Spring, Electric Coin Company, and Verm, Zcash, and Zcash founder Zuko Wilcox. Right, I think that's his name. And here you can see a little bit more information about everything, about what they've been saying with all of this. With respect to Spring, they're building not only XRP, but they have also their own payments channel implementation, and the Interledger Protocol, ILP, which is a way to connect blockchains. And so, they're basically looking to use private payment channels as a way to stream payments across different currencies. Even if any of these things will not help XRP directly, they will in turn do it so by indirect means. Because Spring, almost anybody thinks of XRP directly when Spring is involved. I at least do. Also, some cool news was that Skype was actually not that against XRP Tipbot being integrated into Skype, which might be coming with some time now. And it's already on Twitter, Reddit, Outlook, Gmail, and even more. So that's, again, quite cool. Defi's founders Robert Leshner has also had his robot ventures receive funding from Spring. Okay, that's also quite cool. But now, we go into a little bit of a different territory. Bitcoin push to overthrow gold goes viral. Everybody has been talking about this, guys. It has been insane. A comparison highlighting how Bitcoin could beat gold as a leading store of value is going viral on Reddit. This image shot up at the top of the Reddit thread Bitcoin, showing how $1.6 billion in physical gold bars stacks up to $1.6 billion in Bitcoin, stored in a tiny hardware wallet. So here is $1.6 billion in gold. Here is $1.6 billion in Bitcoin, right? We don't even know if that's really on there. Doesn't matter, though. It's for the contrast, right? Because you can really already see here how it's quite a different task. I don't know if there's gold on here as well that counts to it. Doesn't matter, though. You get the drift here. It's a lot more of a hassle to move this around than to move this. On the contrary, though, it's a lot harder to lose this than it is to lose this. So yeah, this can easily break or something can mess up. Maybe it can even get hacked at one point. And this cannot really get hacked, right? If you think about it, it's really difficult to hack this. But in January, Venezuela's embattled leader Nicolas Maduro was blocked from pulling $1.2 billion in gold out of the Bank of England. There was a lot of discussions going on back and forth with this, but the debate over whether Bitcoin can outshine gold, that's a funny one, outshine gold, in the long run is as lively as ever. Crypto investment titan Mike Novogratz recently said he believes Bitcoin can easily surpass gold's $7.5 trillion market cap. I think it will. I think it will easily beat that with some time here. You know, with a few years, we're going to be above 7.5 trillion. Right now, we're at 100 billion, I think, right? But we're going to beat that. It's just a matter of time. Moving over into XRP, though, Brazilian payment startup BTEC Global is revealing how it's currently using Ripple's cross-border payment solution Xcurrent to pass on savings to its customers. In a new post, the company says it's using the tech to power remittances in the Eurozone and plans to expand its use to US and Canada. Rumors that BTEC is exploring Ripple's XRP-powered XRapid have persisted for months, but so far the company has not made an official statement on whether it plans to test the actual technology. That was, again, quite cool to read on Bitcoin and XRP. I'm going to try integrate a little bit more of BTC in these videos, because in a second you're going to see why it is actually so important. Got a few articles here that really have to do a lot more with the title. Even though we already discussed a few things about what could really influence the price of XRP, with Spring it is a little bit difficult to really put on a scale how much of an influence it has on price, because we know there are use cases, we know it's an attention grab, but you don't know how people really react to it in the general form. Ripple's role is to be a technology service provider, says Ripple's Senior Vice President of Marketing. We've actually already at least I thought we already went over this, but apparently I've been seeing these articles come out now, the 23rd, so we could not have really covered this ever before, but I thought we did. In a recent interview, Monica Long, the Senior Vice President of Marketing for Ripple, spoke to Trader Cobb, is his name Trader Cobb, on Ripple's area of interest. As well as the institutional client aspect of the company's technology, Long stated that Ripple's main mission is to identify the use cases of blockchain tech in the payment ecosystem and then make them better. She claimed that Ripple's aim is to improve the ecosystem for individuals and institutions, and in her own words that was said, "We want to remove all friction from global payment systems based on the principle of the core technologies that will enable interoperability between payment networks. Ripple's role is to be a technology service provider while at the same time looking to rewrite the infrastructure without becoming a network operator. It is the financial institution that will use technology." It's already quite cool how they just state that, right? So actually to that she added also, if you are more independent like a hedge fund, then you can provide liquidity for payment flows like never before, which is again also quite cool to see come out from her. And there's some more things which are discussed here, but Ripple CTO Joel Katz, which is David Schwartz, recently selling his XRP stack is the biggest warning sign one could ever get. This is the most bearish sign for XRP I have ever witnessed since the beginning of 2017, because what was going on, which I also must have a few articles of at the top here. I don't know if I really yeah, we do have it actually, that this was going around in the crypto space. Ripple was also lately in the news because the CTO, David Schwartz, was selling his XRP, calling it the biggest warning sign for XRP holders. His tweet, the tweet from HLNO read, "Warning to XRP holders," and that went on with it. A little bit more on that in a second here. Ripple price analysis. Can XRP surge 10% and surpass the 36-cent resistance level easily? Easily. There's not much to add to there. Easily. Another one. Bitcoin price rally could pump Ripple price above 34 cents, and this is actually 100% the reason I had to make this video right now. Because people don't take these articles seriously, right? As I just did not take this article seriously. Which one? This one right here. People don't take this article seriously. Reason for that being is they see Bitcoin in the price, and we're talking about XRP, and they're like, nah, it doesn't matter too much. XRP is strong on its own. It's going to decouple. Yeah, I said decouple. I said decouple a few times in my previous videos. You guys went berserk on me in the comment section, man. I got roasted like crazy. But I'm going to say decoupled now. Hopefully that is good with you guys. Decoupled. Decoupled. If it's not good, let me know. I'll try to change it again. But as of yet, right, I've not been seeing that decoupling happen at all, right? We've been literally following the trend. XRP has just been performing a little bit outside of it because of, I would say, personally, a little bit extra news. And it's not going to follow it with every single step 100%. It might just be in the process of decoupling and thus like getting more away from it. But it's definitely not there whatsoever, and we should not be counting on that for quite a little while. Unless we're going to continue seeing these bullish spikes, maybe BTC towards 6K, and then up a little bit more, so forth, so on. We might be seeing a little bit of this decoupling in action. But right now, if we stay this bearish on all these coins, at least these ones, we're not there. All right, and that is why the Bitcoin price fluctuations and the Bitcoin pump that we're seeing right this second here with 5.5% on the daily could actually also ignite an XRP pump. Not totally there yet, but this is definitely the best sign you can get for an XRP pump if there's not major news for XRP. Whenever BTC is coming up really hard, really quickly, that's when you're going to have to look at coins like XRP and maybe even, some of these other coins to really make a good trade or either grab a good position for longer down the road, because that's the best you're going to get right now. You can see the fluctuation of XRP is only 2% on the daily here. Not that much going on right now. But this can change because of Bitcoin. Had to mention it, guys. Had to mention it. But this article on its own, we all know that XRP is going to surpass the 36-cent resistance level. It's just a question of when it is going to happen. And the resistance is quite strong, according to a few peeps, which have been discussing this in the Discord section as well. Key resistance is at 36 and key support at 30. Not going to break below 30, but it would be, or because that would be quite a big loss to get right now. But 36, I think we can actually get that fixed quite nicely with some time here. Ripple price recovery looks real, but could face hurdles, and it will definitely face hurdles. It has faced tons of hurdles in the past. There's always hurdles. How obvious can it get? Though, with enough support, with enough backing from BTC sellers to fund all of this, we can just keep going through. Ripple price corrected lower recently and tested 31.75 against USD. The price bounced back and traded above 3200 and 3220 resistance levels. There was a break above a key bearish trend line with resistance near 3220 on the hourly chart of the XRP USD. And the bear is currently forming a bullish continuation pattern, and it could revisit the 3300 resistance. Alright, so where are we right now? We're at the 23rd. This is already... Okay, they're looking on the daily. On a daily-ish time frame here. They're looking at the 1 hour. This is just every day. I was like, maybe this is like a year or a month, but I was really kind of dumb for a little second right there. Doesn't really matter too much. Ripple price, I don't know why they mentioned Ripple price, a little bit odd. XRP price is slowly recovering against USD, whereas still struggling versus Bitcoin. XRP could recover further above 3280, but is likely to struggle near 3320. Yeah, I didn't really struggle too much there, I would say, right? 3220, we did not struggle there whatsoever. This sort of can be negated as the prices are too low, which we're talking about here. Price might even break 3300. Yes, it will, guys. If we see some strong bullish momentum for BTC and we see a lot of sellers pump it out into alts again, we're going to be good. Could JPM coin be the negative force behind Ripple's recent price action? I guess this is not financial advice, so yeah, but I don't think so. You know, anything could be so, but I don't think so. Reason I don't think so is the XRP supporters, you know, the real core and the millions of people who really hold this coin on a daily basis. I think they all stand for a little bit something better than to go for something like JP Morgan. Like, which people really care about JP Morgan getting their coin out? Who really does? How well is that going to be used? It's just another stable coin. You're not going to notice difference. And I just think it doesn't really add up. Why would Ripple or XRP, I guess, price would be going down because of JPM coin. But JPM coin likely has only got value on its own network. That is because banks do not trust each other. Moving money between networks will require something different. Maybe Interledger. Hey, coming to play again. Oh, I opened it up. Maybe XRP, but let's assume it will be something without any counterparty, X. But what also Geraldo maybe or somebody else in the XRP community replied is that banks do not trust each other. And I actually addressed this in one of my previous videos here, that we actually need something like XRP to get these movements between banks going because they don't like each other. Every bank, and I can really trust me on that one, every bank would like this main new coin to be their own coin. Do you think JPM coin is now going to be accepting, name another bank out there? I don't know any American things. Let's just say Bank of America as an example. Maybe that's not the best one, but let's just do that. Bank of America coin, you know, BAO, Bank of America, BOA coin. You think JPM is going to be like, you know what, we'll skip out on our crypto and let's get to their coin, a Bank of America, so they win? No, they're not going to be doing that. Same for almost all these other bigger players, bigger financial institutions. They don't like to go for another competitor. With XRP, though, they're in the middle. They're not something they have to compete against. They're something that everybody can use to lower cost, to make things easier, and to not have a struggle between each other. Also, I think this can make things a lot cheaper for them, which is another reason why they might really well be interested in such a thing. But again, more was on our previous video, so I don't want to put too much emphasis on that. And again, just to quickly mention it, Bitcoin is really what drives XRP price right now. Is just a fact. Even though you guys would likely love it for XRP to decouple all the way, to just have nothing to do with XRP anymore, it's just not the way it is. All the trading we've done here supports that. There's not a direct correlation that's strong right now between BTC and XRP, but there is definitely one, right? You can say it's not as strong as it used to be sometimes, but it's definitely there. You can definitely see if BTC goes green, XP goes green, and the exact other way around. So that is getting quite interesting to see. Ripple XP price analysis. Ripple strengthens its support and bulls claims 40 cents. Okay, now I'm not putting too much thought into this article here. Reason for that being is I mean, 40 cents is still quite a ways away. And we can be hoping for it. We can be naming some things for it. But they don't got a good back-end for it. You know, they don't really have a good back-end as to why it can go above 40 cents or try to meet it again. Only thing they're saying here is that there's a main resistance and buy trigger line there. But that doesn't mean it's going to cross it or get there at all, right? There might be a lot of more hurdles in the meantime here that we're going to have to overcome. But with the longer term, we're definitely going to get there. We're definitely going to pass it all, so it doesn't really matter too much. And now going back to what I just said, David Schwartz accused of selling his XRP. What does it mean for Ripple? I would like to know from you guys, did this really happen? Is this really going on? Because, you know, there could be many things that are going around, right? There's many funny articles like this, and you don't know why or what he is doing, if you get my drift here. So, here the situation is this Heleno, or whatever his name is, has been going on a little bit of a bashing, right? You can see a lot of people like this, a lot of people hate it. But he's going on a little bit of a bashing and shared the wallets of David Schwartz and Ripple employee. Maybe that's somebody else's, I don't even know. It doesn't matter too much. But a reason for this being kind of rude is that we're just talking about another person here, right? And this person, again, Joel Katz, David Schwartz, has XRP. But so do you, so do I. And him being an employer, a CTO at Ripple, doesn't mean he can't trade his own XRP, right? If you think about it, like we're trying to put emphasis on the fact that XRP and Ripple are not one thing. They're not together in that sense. So if David wants to sell literally every XRP that he has, is that really that bad? I mean, can he not do that if he really wanted to? But let's quickly see what David Schwartz himself replied to all of this going around. Thank you for reaching out. Again, to Joel Katz. There was already a little bit more going on, but it doesn't matter too much. What you do with your assets is your solely decision. I'm pretty sure you have your valid reasons to de-risk right now at these prices. Great to hear that you still have skin in the game though. Because what Joel Katz said is that it is a de-risking strategy. And then Joel Katz, David Schwartz replied again, if you think about it, circumstances have put my wife and I into a situation where we have way more risk than it would make any rational sense for us to have. There's nothing we can really fundamentally do about it. All my eggs are into one basket, but I do like my basket. But if you think about it though, the amount of XRP that he has, you know, maybe he just had literally all of his money into XRP. He's like, man, you know, I want to buy a new house, or my wife just got pregnant, as an example, eh? My wife just got pregnant. I really need this money to raise my kid, and I don't want to lose it right now. Maybe his child just grew up, wants to buy his or her own house. Maybe he doesn't have a child. I don't know, but it doesn't really matter. What he does with his money, totally his decision, and I don't think we should be the judge of it or call this a big warning to the XRP community. But if you do, please go ahead and open a discussion in the comment section. Let's discuss, because I am interested in what you guys have to say. Also, a little bit interesting was this part about that. According to the Twitter user, these wallets started to move these digital assets when the US SEC published the Framework for Analysis of Digital Assets. He has also shared one of the fragments of his framework, or this framework. Most digital assets among those existing of now will be classified as securities. Assets transferability and the managerial development work done by core stakeholders will mean this. And yeah, you can see he is quite angry at the system, but it's all okay, guys. What do you think about the situation? Let us know in the comment section about this. So, moving forward into two little tiny weeny articles just to end it off here. XRP Labs to push Ripple XRP adoption with the acquisition of the banking license for XRP Tipbot. Just wanted to quickly ask, did they get the banking license right already or no? I don't think so, right? They're trying to, but I think that takes a hell of a long time. And we know that they're trying to apply or trying to acquire such a banking license for the XRP Tipbot, but what are the chances of really getting it? I don't know. I have no idea how hard it can be to get a European banking license. It's must be quite a task to do such a thing, I would say, but that would be amazing. And again, to just put some emphasis on the fact of how this coin is adopting among the global scale, Ripple XRP listed on the crypto ATM in New Jersey. It's just amazing, right? A lot of you guys told me New Jersey is actually a very sketchy state or things like that. I've been seeing a few things like that come by in my comment section, but I don't know. I've never been to to New Jersey. I don't know. I have no idea what it will be like over there. Again, I'm actually from Europe, as you guys mostly know. I actually speak Dutch, but yeah. Thank you guys all for watching, though. Again, keep in mind this is not financial advice. This is just for entertainment purposes only. But hopefully you did learn something new. If you did, let me know in the comment section below. And make sure you press the like button. And make sure you actually are subscribed for notifications for my next videos coming up, as I try to give you guys the best insights into the community, the best news articles I can find, and the best summaries. Because now you got all this stuff for the last couple of days here in just about 25 minutes here. You got everything you needed to know to give you a little bit of a motivation boost to huddle through. And if you have a better strategy by trading it, go ahead and do that, right? If you know what you're doing, try to trade as much as possible to get as much XRP or dollars as you want or can achieve. But make sure you don't let these emotions play a big role unless you're investing and not necessarily trading. There's a big difference between those two things. Let it sink to the back of your mind. Think about it. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, TheDustyBC. Make sure you follow me. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, TheDustyBC as well. And make sure you buy yourself a hardware wallet to store all your coins in a safe place. Ledger, check it out. And I'll see you guys again in another crypto video. Take care.